Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Akram and you're watching Knowledge 360. In the previous video, we had discussed about inserting data in PostgreSQL tables, and in this video, we are going to talk about updating data in PostgreSQL. So to update the data in PostgreSQL, we use update command, and it allows updating all the rows of a table, or they can be specific rows, or they can be subset of rows. So this depends on the condition that we add to the update statement, and the update command provides the flexibility with conditions, expressions, and even joins with other tables. So we'll cover all these things in this video with examples. So first, let's create a sample table called products. The table is created and we'll insert some data. So we have inserted 4 records into the products table and we can verify that. So the data are inserted into the product table. Now let's start with one basic update statement. So this update statement will update the price of the product, where the price currently is 300 and it will update it to 200. So in the data we can see that the current record is this one, the product ID 3. So this satisfies the condition and this should be updated to 200. So let's perform this update. So the data is updated and we can verify that, and here we can see the data is updated and the current price is 200. So now let's see how we can update all the rows of a table. So for that, simply we can omit the where clause from the update statement, so it will be applicable for all the rows of the table. So here we are trying to update the product price by 10%. So let's try to update and see if the product price is getting updated for all or not. So the update command is executed and here we can see that 4 records are affected. So and also we can verify that, and here we can see that all the price values are updated by 10%. Now let's see how we can update multiple columns in one query. So in the previous example we had updated only one column called price, but in this example we'll see how we can update multiple columns. So in this example we are increasing the price by 5% and also we are decreasing the stock count with -2, and the condition that we had applied is where stock is greater than 5. So as per the condition and the data, we can see that this condition will be applicable for all the data. So 4 records should be updated with price and stock value. So let's see. So the data is updated and we can verify that. So here we can see that stock value is decreased by 2, and also we can see the price is increased by 5% for every product. Now let's see how we can perform the conditional updates using the AND or operators in the update statement. So here is the example where we are updating the stock count by 5, and the condition, we have two conditions. One is the name should be laptop or the price should be less than 200. So based on the conditions, let's see how many records should be affected by it. So the first condition is that name should be laptop. So for that, one record is correct, and the price should be less than 200. So for that, there is one more record that satisfy the condition. So that means 2 records should be updated. So let's perform the update statement. We have updated and we can see that 2 records are affected and we can verify that. So here we can see that laptop stock is updated by 5, and also the stock quantity of a headphone is updated by 5. And also it is possible to update the data using a subquery. So in this example we are going to update the price by 10%, and the condition is that the stock quantity must be less than 15. So wherever the stock quantity is less than 15 for that product, the price should be updated by 10%. So here we are written like this update statement, and we are setting the price, and in the where clause we are selecting the product ID and the in, and whatever the subquery returns product ID, for that product ID the rows will be affected. So let's try to update this, and as per the data we can see that this should affect 2 record, because there are 2 record where the quantity stock is less than 15, that is 13. So let's perform this update statement. So we can see that 2 records are affected and we can verify that. So here we can see that for this 2 record the price is updated by 10%. And also it is possible to use the returning keyword to see the affected rows in update statement. In this example we are trying to reduce the price by 10%, and we can see that the affected rows should be returned. So in the where clause we have a name called smartphone, and we can see that 1 record should be updated and the price should be decreased by 10%. So, and we can see the affected rows itself in this statement. So here we can see that record is updated with product ID 2 and the updated price is 519.75, and again if we perform the update statement, it will again update the record and it will return the affected rows. So here we can see that the price is getting updated multiple times whenever we execute the update statement. So till now we have seen how to update on the basis of columns of a product table, but specifically we should update on the basis of the primary key. So let's try to update the data on the basis of primary key. We know the primary key of the product table is product ID, and we are trying to set the price value as 1200 where the product ID is 1. So first let's see the current data. So for the existing data, the price value of the product ID is 1016.40. So let's try to update this data. So the data is updated. So this way we can update one specific rows because we know the primary key uniquely identify all the data in a table. So we have updated the record with product ID 1. In PostgreSQL we can perform the safe update to check if our update query is correct or not. So in this case the data will not be affected and we can see that our query is working fine or not. So in this case we are trying to update the data and reduce the stock quantity by 1 where the product ID is 100. So as of now we have no such product ID with 100, so we know that no records will be affected, but we can check the syntax and working of our update statement. So let's try to perform this update, and here we can see that no record is updated but the update statement is executed successfully. That means the statement that we have written, it's working correctly. Now let's see how we can update the data using join in PostgreSQL. So for that let's create a table called discount. The table is created and let's insert two records. So we have inserted two record into the discount table. So what we are trying to do is that we are trying to update the products table based on the discount percentage that is assigned in the discounts table. So for that we are writing like this: update the product table, because we are updating the product table, and we are setting the price as a price, and this is the discount amount giving on the product category. And then we have mentioned the discount table and we have performed the join here on the basis of category. So let's perform this update statement, that is updating data on the basis of joins. So we can see that four records are updated in the table and this data are updated on the basis of join with the discount table, and we can verify that. And here we can see that product price are updated on the basis of discount, and if we perform the update statement again, it will again reduce the prices. So the join update is working correctly. In PostgreSQL, it is also possible to use the case statement in the update statement. So in this example, we are trying to increase the prices based on the stock levels, and we are using the case statement here. So we are trying to update the product price and we are starting with case statement, and when the stock is less than 5, the price should be increased by 20%, and when the stock is between 5 and 15, the stock price should be updated by 10%, and if the else condition is satisfied, then the price should be updated by 5%. So let's perform this update statement and see if the data is affected or not. So here we can see that four records are updated and we can verify that the data are updated based on the stock quantity that is available in the product table. In PostgreSQL, it is also possible to use the CTE, that is common table expression, for complex updates. So in this example, we are going to update the products table where we are giving 5% discount on products with stock that is greater than 10 using a CTE for readability and modularity. So we can see that all the records should be updated because all the product stock quantity is more than 10. We started with the clause with, then we are giving an alias to this, and in this select statement we are getting all the product ID and prices that is reduced by 5% wherever the stock is greater than 10. And in the update statement we are setting the price as updated products new price, that is the price that we are getting after the discount, and in the from alias for the city, and in the conditions we are writing that products dot product ID and the updated product dot product ID. So this will update the data using the city. So let's perform this update statement. So we can see that four records are updated and we can verify the updated data. So here we can see that price values are updated, and if we perform the update statement again, we can verify the newer price value. So here we can see that price values are changed whenever we have applied the update statement with the city. The update statement in PostgreSQL is a powerful tool for modifying existing records, and it allows updating single or multiple columns, supports conditions, subqueries, joins, and complex logic using the case and cities. We have to use the where clause properly so that the unintended records should not be updated, and the returning clause helps verify the changes made to the database table. So this was all about updating data in PostgreSQL database. So if the video was helpful, do like the video and subscribe the channel to get the notifications for upcoming videos. So in the next video, we'll cover the topic of deleting data in PostgreSQL. So let's meet in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.